Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be doing a points and cost breakdown for the SKAVEN battle force, the Verminous Host. This will be the 4th Age of Sigmar battle force breakdown, 3 more to go. I've also been working my way through the 40k ones too, done 4 of those if you'd like to check those out already. But in this video we'll be focusing on the battle force for the SKAVEN, and this is jam-packed with models. There's going to be 85 models altogether, so this is the set with the most models out of both games. In the video, I'll go through the price, and then we'll look at the UK pound, the US dollar, and we'll look at the EU as well, so you get a good idea of how much this will cost in your region. And then once we've done that, I'll go through the points value, so you'll have a good idea about the value of this, not just in money, but also in points. So it'll help you decide, hopefully, whether or not you'd like to add this to your collection. So 85 models is crazy. You're going to get tons here, and you've got a couple of big ones in there as well. Those Storm Fiends are quite good sized models, and then the Screaming Bell as well. That's going to be a decent size. So you certainly got your work cut out for you, getting all these built and then painted. So yeah, really long project. And as I said earlier, this is the most models that we've seen in any of the battle forces so far. So yeah, if you're in for a challenge, you want to get lots of models on the table, this is going to be the one for you. Let's get started on the prices. So here we've got the Screaming Bell. This is going to come in at £42.50. You've also got an alternate build with this one. That's going to allow you to build it either as the Screaming Bell or as the Plague Furnace. And if you go for the Plague Furnace, then you're going to have this bell left over, which I think will make a really nice terrain piece, or some scatter terrain, something like that. Then there's the Warlock Bombardier. This one's going to come in at £17.50 for the character model. Really cool how he's stood on the pipe and you've got those little rats jumping out. I think that's really nicely done. You'll also get 3 Storm Fiends. This is a nice set. Even though they're quite old models, I still think they hold up. They're pretty fun. And yeah, these guys look pretty menacing too. Then you're going to get 2 sets of the Clan Rats. That's going to give you 40 Clan Rats all together. So there'll be quite a few repeating, as you can see here, and if you double up, but they're certainly going to make a massive swarm. But we're not done yet, because you're also going to get 2 packs of the Plague Monks. So 40 Plague Monks as well on top of that. That's a huge amount of models. Each pack of Plague Monks or Clan Rats are going to be £26. So in total, let's have a look at them all. On the screen here, we can see we've got all the prices laid out, coming to a grand total of £216.50 for what is an epic amount of models for a huge army. Let's convert that to dollars now. So in the US, you're going to be looking at $338. And then in euros, I headed over to the French website for Games Workshop to get the RRP of €266.5. Now, this is the RRP, so these aren't the prices we're going to pay, and certainly aren't the prices that the battle force is going to be released at. So before we do that, let's have a look at the points. And before we look at the points, I just want to say a quick thanks to Firestorm Games for sponsoring the channel. I'll put a link in the description down below that will take you to their site where you can save up to 20% on all your hobby products, including these battle force boxes and loads of other games too, like Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars. Now we can have a look at the points. So I've broken it down for all the units, and in total you're going to get 1,040 points. So this is really great. You've certainly got enough models and points here to get 1,000 points going on for your army. You can see I've broken it down into the battlefield roles. You've got a couple of leaders, and then you've got 3 troop choices. So you've got a nice amount of variety, I think, with the models they've included. You've got 2 big swarms, and so yeah, I think there's a lot going on here. Whether you want to start a SKAVEN army, is this the right time to do it? I'm not sure. These sculpts have been around for quite a while, but I'm not sure when we're going to get any new ones. So if you do want to start, I guess this is a good place just for the sheer amount of plastic you are going to get for the price. But what about adding this to an existing army? Do you think this would be a good move with the models that are included? I'm sure you're going to have lots of Clan Rats and Plague Rats, so a few more aren't going to hurt. But whether you need another Warlock Bombardier, the Storm Fiends, I guess you could go for more of those. Why not? The Screaming Bell, you're probably only going to want one of those, aren't you, in your army? So if you've got that already, it still might be a good way to get a load of more rats and then sell maybe the Screaming Bell and keep the troops. Before we make our minds up, let's look at just how much we could be paying for these 85 models. So 216 RRP, and if they release these box sets at a similar price to last year, Could be as low as £125 for the box set, and then of course after that we'll be looking to order from our friendly local game stores if we've got one near us, or online retailers that can give up to 20% off, so potential for £100 for this box set, which I think for 85 models, no matter which faction you choose, it's got to be a good bargain. Getting them at that price is awesome. So yeah, looking at the SKAVEN army here, I think there's certainly enough to be getting on with. It must be enough to start an army with. But if you were going Plague Rats and then you built the Plague Vernis instead of the Bell, would you still need those other units? Would they work together if you went down that route? I don't know. I've never played the SKAVEN. I haven't looked into their army that much for Age of Sigmar either, so I'd love to hear your opinion on that. If you play SKAVEN or you know about it, please let us know in the comments section below. Do you think this is a good set of units to put together, and can you use it to go into like different clans and things like that? Love to hear what you think. At this point in the video, I'll have a look and see what units I would add to it if I wanted to grow the army, maybe take it up to closer to 2,000 points. And for this army, I really don't know which direction to go in other than Rule of Cool. So I found this Hell Pit Abomination. I thought it looked awesome. This has to be included. It looks really good. And then maybe add this guy, Thanquol Bone Ripper. That could be an interesting combo to add. Maybe work well with the Storm Fiends. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like a great model. I also really like the idea of a few of these plague crawlers, having those lined up, flinging all sorts of gunk at the enemy. I think that would be pretty fun too. And yeah, really building into this like medieval theme. These almost looks like kind of the stuff you'd expect to see in the older Warhammer Fantasy. So I like the style of it for sure, but they do definitely need an update. But anyway, maybe 3 of these, that'd be quite cool. There we go, that's the SKAVEN Battle Force broken down now. We've gone through the points and the cost, and I think for just the sheer amount of models, it's got to be worth doing if you wanted to start an army. I think the SKAVEN is something I've always fancied doing. They do appeal to me, but I don't know, there's just something putting me off. I think it might just be the age of the sculpts, but if they did do a full revamp, I'd certainly be interested in it. But again, let me know what you think about this, the Verminous Host. Do you think it's well put together? And is there anything you'd like to see? What units would you add to it as well? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really happy to be over halfway now. I've still got 7 box sets to go, so hopefully get that done in the next day or two. So look out for lots more videos for Age of Sigmar and for 40k as well, as I continue to work through the box sets. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it helpful to give you a good idea about what to expect from this box and just how many points you get for your money. And if you did like it, please hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.